Hey guys, how you doing? So this one right here is the new Xiaomi Redmi Watch 5. Now we recently tested the Xiaomi Redmi Watch 5 Lite and Watch 5 Active, and this one right here completes the trio. Now as you can see, this one right here is a massive smartwatch. Not by weight, but the size of the display and case, it's just huge. We've got a 47.5 by 41mm smartwatch with a 2.07-inch AMOLED display and a screen to body ratio of 82%. I think this one must be one of the few with a display size of 2 inches, and not only do we have a huge display, but the display resolution is great as well with 432 by 514 pixel and a 60Hz refresh rate. So we got that massive smartwatch, but since we have an aluminum alloy frame, it only weighs in at 33 grams without the strap. Also, since we have a max brightness of 1500 nits, you will have no problems reading the screen. Now on the side of the watch, you will have one single crown which is rotatable, and with this one you can scroll through your apps and notifications, but besides that, there are no further features to this button. Lastly, you need to know that this watch right here is compatible with Android and iOS smartphones. It is water resistant up to 5 ATM and has a 20mm TPU strap with the quick release feature on the backside and a plastic buckle, and those straps will fit to a wrist size between 135 and 205mm. As for the battery life, the Redmi Watch 5 comes with a 550 mAh battery that will last up to 24 days on a single charge on normal usage. Now of course these 24 days are always a little bit optimistic, but if you toggle on the always display mode and if you use all of the trackers all day long and a little bit of sport tracking every day, you will get up to 12 days of battery life, and that's better than most smartwatches out there. Certainly better than all of these famous smartwatches from Apple and Samsung. So let's talk a little bit about the features and what you can expect on this Redmi Watch 5. And first I want to tell you what you don't get. So there is no NFC support on this watch, which means that you cannot buy anything with this watch using your wrist, and you also have no Alexa voice assistant or whatever. But what you do have is a built-in mic and a speaker, and with this one you get to use the phone feature. So you have a contacts book with your favorite contacts, or you can call someone by punching in the number on a dial pad. During the call you can change the volume, switch back to the phone, or you can send a quick reply if you have no time for the call right now. These quick answers can also be customized in your app settings. Unfortunately, it is a little bit different with your messages. You may receive all kinds of notifications, but you cannot reply to any of those messages. Something that you can do on this watch is to change the app layout. By default it is set to this icon view, but you can also change it to icons with text or to a list layout. Now the one with the text is actually pretty nice, and I haven't seen this one so far on any other smartwatch. Now this watch also comes with a whole lot of watch faces and always on display watch faces. There are 5 different always on display watch faces, and some of these are even customizable, which is again something that you rarely see on smartwatches. Right here you can either change the style of them, and then you can also change the complications. By default there are 9 different complications that you can choose from. Also, when it comes to your normal watch faces, there are 10 default ones, and all of them are customizable. Now on most of them you can only change the style of the watch face, and on some you can also change the complications. Now like usual with Xiaomi smartwatches, there are just tons of watch faces in the watch face store in the Mi Fitness app. You got some animated watch faces like this astronaut spinning in space, but you also have some classic digital and analog watch faces. You got some with lots of complications and some very minimalistic ones, and it always just takes a few seconds until they are downloaded to your smartwatch. This watch also has a music player with which you can control the music on your smartphone, and like this you can go back a track, skip a track, or adjust the volume. You have a remote camera shutter on here and a weather app. On this one you will see the weather for the next few hours and for the next couple of days, and then you got some normal stuff like you got an alarm, compass, calendar, stopwatch, and a voice recorder. By the way, if you enjoy my content, feel free to leave a like and subscribe to my channel. You will also find a link to the watch down below in the description. Okay, so let's check out the health tracking. And like on every smartwatch, you will get a sleep tracker. This one tracks your time of sleep, your deep, light and REM phase, but also some advanced metrics like your average heart rate, SpO2 and breathing rate over the night. And of course you will get a sleep score based on all of that. Then there's an all-day SpO2 tracker, which you rarely see on a fitness tracker, and in my test it was only off by 1% at most. In your training state you get your training low status, VO2 max, and you will see your recovery time after your workouts. You have a stress tracker and the vitality score, breathing exercises, and of course there's an all-day heart rate tracker. Now this one tracks every minute, but you can also set it to only track every 10 or 30 minutes as well. It will give you high and low heart rate alerts, and compared to the accuracy of my Garmin chest strap while I was doing some Pilates with my girlfriend, who happens to be a Pilates instructor, and it was actually doing a pretty good job. The average heart rate was only 2 beats lower, and also the maximum heart rate was pretty accurate. I did have a spike on the Garmin chest strap at the end, but I don't know where this one came from. By the way, you will find a link to her Instagram profile down below in the description as well. Now let's talk a little bit about the fitness tracking and the built-in GPS. And even though this one is just a €100 smartwatch, the GPS is great. I really like that you have some very straight lines with only little deviations. It is doing a good job inside and outside of the city, like in a park. If you take a turn, it gets pretty fast. Just sometimes the GPS lines goes through some buildings, but I guess you can live with it. I would say that this watch is one of the only few budget smartwatches that actually have a decent GPS tracking. As for the activity tracking, the Redmi Watch 5 comes with different running courses, like you got run, walk, basic and advanced, basic jog, endurance runs, and a few more. Of course, there are also the normal workouts like a walking and cycling workout, pool swimming, some ball and winter sports, and even some board games. You can also customize your workouts, like you can set goals and reminders, you can do interval trainings, you got the AI pacer and auto pause. Those are some examples from your running workouts, but like on your pool swimming workouts, you can adjust the pool length and the screen will be locked during the workout. And I guess there we have it. So I guess I will see you in the next one. Peace.